Hi guys, Mo here from Glossworx and welcome back to another episode. Today we're gonna be featuring a car that I think has come out stunning, a car that has a lot of history, and a car that we at Glossworx put so much as a team into making it a masterpiece. Welcome to the GT3. Glossworx 991.2 GT3 build. So there's so much to discuss on this car today. This car has a history with Glossworx that is enormous. So this car and the client are very special to Glossworx itself, and today I have Jaco join me on this video and on this journey in order just to show you guys the processes that actually took place with this car. There's so much rich history. Like I said, I mean, we've lost someone that was so dear and close to Glossworx in this whole build. There were late nights, sleepless nights, and there was pressure in order to get this car to look a certain standard. And we're going to take you guys today through that journey with us so that you can see what we went through. We hope this video will actually give that essence of what we actually went through on this car itself. Jaco, you were here in some of the processes of this car.
Yes, yeah. So first off, I'd just like to know, and maybe you can tell the viewers out there, how did a new car like this end up with a color change?
Sure, that is a big question because there's a lot of history involved in how did this car actually get from a normal 911.2 to this spec. So the car came in as a GT3 and I actually went out with the client to go and buy this car at Porsche, and we went at Porsche and we seen the car and he loved it. He was a bit worried about the seats because they were bucket seats. He felt like it was a bit uncomfortable, but anyway we made the deal. We brought the car back at Glossworx, we did some PPF, and then it went on to some trim. We wanted to do some gloss black trim and we did a whole lot of modifications to the car in order to make it look special for the client itself. And a couple of weeks later or a couple of months later, we get a phone call from the client and he crashes the car. And the car had a bit of a hit on the left hand side of the car. The whole entire wheel got damaged, the suspension got damaged, and some body work. And here the whole journey with this GT3 started. This is where you came in and you actually seen the car sitting in the workshop.
Yes, that's correct.
All crashed up, and you know, there's from there is where the client comes in, and I go with him to Porsche and he tells me, he says, listen Mo, Porsche has given me a figure, insurance doesn't want to pay out on the car, but if I'm going to pay that much with Porsche, I'd rather put so much more in. I love custom cars, make this car the way I like it to be. I wanted a specific color, I want a specific type of seats fitted in, or a specific color of the seats fitted onto the car, and a whole lot of things he wanted to add onto the car. And I think that's the point where you actually came in and you were like, what are you guys doing to this car?
I must say, I was so surprised to see a brand new Porsche in the shop. You know, if it comes in for a repair, that's one thing, but that wasn't your aim, just to do a repair. I think you had a whole different plan with this car. And I must just ask you, how did you get to the specific color on this car? Because it's a unique, sexy color.
Yeah, it is. It's very different. So the client that we're dealing with, he's the type of guy that he's got his own vision. He likes things to actually look the way he likes it to look, and he came with like a mint type of a color, and then we wanted to obviously make that color stand out, so we wanted to actually fit a pearl on here. So the mint color is the underbase, and you'll see as we go through the mixing processes of the paint itself, you have this base coat that's so minty, and then you all of a sudden have the sparkle, which is like very gold. So this is like a 3-stage pearl, by the way, on this car, and that part just like pops it up to another level. But being that type of a client, looking at his character, this car is exactly what he is. He loves this type of a look. He wants to always stand out in a certain way, and I think this suits his character in so many different dimensions. When you meet the client, you'll know what I'm talking about.
I'm excited to meet him. So basically the car came in with the damaged left rear.
Left rear fender, bumper.
There was a lot of damage at the left rear.
Suspension, a lot of suspension damages on the car itself.
So then he wanted all that repaired, and he wanted the color on the car. Was that the only thing he wanted?
So at that point, when we sat down with this car, it was the damage, and it was first to repair the car. Then it was, in the next conversation a week later, listen, no longer just repair work, full out, full custom. Strip the car to pieces, Mo. Get the color I like onto the car. This is the color we're going to decide on. Let's sit with it until, so you know that whole process when you come into Glossworx.
Yes.
You sit around the table, all the swats come out with all the different fabrics, all the different leather. Then it went on to all the different paint types, all the swats going into the paint room, spraying onto the spray cards, seeing the type of color you like. So going into the sun, is this the type of color? Trying to match up, seeing how it will work on the car. Getting the interior sorted out. What exhaust system are we going to put? This is the wheel. What type of a wheel are we going to put the kit on? So we went through that whole discussion phase to see where we're going to actually get this car into. What level or limit are we going to actually go? And for me, when once again we spoke about it, when a guy tells me go full out, then now we're going to another level, and now there's no more money is involved in terms of where I need to go and what needs to be controlled. It's do whatever you want, and that's the result of basically do whatever you want. So we sat onto the table, we looked at all these different colors, and there we came up with the color. And then it was the wheel. The client imported this here from HRE itself. Wheel came in, and then it was obviously aluminium billet. I mean, you seen it and you were like, yo.
Pure billet wheel, it's amazing. And what is expensive?
Yeah.
Aluminium is expensive.
Very expensive.
But I must say, it's a unique wheel to a billet. It's amazing.
So 3 different looks once again. First we had the aluminium.
Yes.
Then we did a high polish. Then we did a high polish with the color of the car on the inner barrel. And then finally said, nah, it needs to be black. So you know that process also. You know, we can sit with those processes, and we can basically the whole day try and decide, or a whole 2 weeks to actually get something to look unique and look good on the car.
But the one thing about Glossworx is if we're not happy, we're going to change it until we're happy.
And that's what we do 24/7.
Yes.
And we're always busy with that, trying to make something look amazing. And if we need to redo it 100 times, we actually do that.
We do, yeah.
But there's so much more to this car, Yaku, and to the viewers and to the guys that's actually watching this video today, there's so much that we need to show you on this, guys, and this is probably going to be a long video in terms of what we need to showcase. But the history, like I keep telling you guys, on this car itself is that when this car actually came into Glossworx and the processes that we actually started doing on this car here, there's so much intricate details that was added, and there was so much people involved with so much passion in order to bring this car to where you're actually looking at it right now. And I think one of the people that was so involved in this project, and I think it really dampened everyone's spirit in terms of the company, was a guy named Joe. You haven't met Joe.
Yeah, well, he was
he was a big part of Glossworx, and he was one of our qualified panel beaters that was on a level that you cannot match. And we were working on this car till late nights because you came in at one point and you seen the kit when the kit was delivered on this car.
Yes.
And I mean, that's so much to just speak about the kit that came in. I mean, we had carbon fiber fenders, we had the side sills, we had the bumper carbon fiber trim, we had so many, the bonnet, the boot, the rear left wing. And when it came in here and we started doing the fit of the kit itself on the car to see how this actually matches and how the kit actually looks on the car, we fitted all of the carbon fiber, and nothing fitted the way it's supposed to fit.
When you say that, was the lines out? Was the molds wrong? What was the biggest challenge that you received there?
Yaku, mold. When you take the mold, like for instance, we put the bonnet on, and as you're putting this bonnet on, it takes the first curve but then just goes straight, so it doesn't go down with the fender. And then it's so short, so you have it at least about 50 mil short. And when you start looking at all the panels and the fenders not being straight, and everything was just a mess. The back bumper, we fit in the back spoilers onto the thing, and you have gaps like this, and I mean, you can say 50 mil gaps all around. And I phoned the guy and I say, listen, bud, this kit, where did you get it from? So he tells me there's a company in overseas. in America specifically. I don't want to name names and stuff like that, but he tells me here's the kit and this is what it is, Mo. They sent the kit and they told me it's for a GT3. It's the RS upgrade with the fenders and the boot spoiler. And now how do you tell a guy that spent so much money on a kit that you just
So the
bought?
client brought the kit in.
The client brought the kit. I was still doing research to see what kit actually works best.
Okay.
And the client phoned me and he says, I've already bought it. It's on air freight. It should be here in a week. And that's when you actually came and seen me unpacking the boxes.
Yes.
And
I think when it just got here.
It just got here,
yes.
yeah. And you know, there was a big amount spent on the kit. And when it came, obviously the kit being so badly manufactured, it was just a put off for everyone. And the client told me, he says, Mo, make it work no matter what. Now, when you're telling me to make something work no matter what, and what I'm working with doesn't even match the car and the contours of the car, it becomes a difficult job for me. And he's challenging me to do this right. And you know, when people challenge me, I'm gonna get it right. And my painter and every single one of the advisors that were there at that point told me not to do it, not to take on the job, to just throw it aside. And I kind of looked at the client and I said, you know what, if it means we have to remold, we have the manpower, we are sophisticated enough in order to get this going. And when we started fitting things on, I came to a realization that this is not gonna work. It's too much work to make it work, and if we try and make something work that can't work, we're gonna get a bad job in the end. And this is just gonna prove to everyone that we can't do it. And
but now, so you say all the advisors, spray painters and everybody told you not to do it.
And critics.
There was one guy that told you
and critics. Critics, obviously, who were here, who seen this project come in, told me it's not a Golf. They said, this is not a Golf, Mo. This guy has high and sophisticated technology, and this high and sophisticated technology, trying to strip an engine off and strip the harness off and take it down to bare chassis, is not attainable from people that's fixing up Golfs and 3 to 5 IS BMWs. And we weren't very long in the industry at that point, and I thought for 1 second maybe they might be right. You know, people create doubt, and that's just something I want to tell the viewers, is that sometimes people come and they make you feel like you're not worth it, and they make you feel like you can't do things in life. And for me, perseverance, and if you want to achieve your goals, never listen to negativity. Always bring positive into it, because today we don't just do this car, we do so much more. We stripped engine, we stripped harnesses. The car is now driving for a year on the road, not one breakdown, and the car drives like you cannot believe. It sounds amazing, it sounds wicked, hear this. Yeah, no, that's amazing. That's crazy, actually. Woo! Yeah, no, that's something else. Yes, it's insane. Woo! Yeah, no, this guy is very responsive. This is responsive on another level, man. You know, driving this car here just gives you a different feeling. It's just a whole different ambience. This car gives you like goosebumps driving it, right?
Yes. Yes, these balls.
Wow, yes, there's no, man. This is like, it's super exciting. It makes me feel like, you know what, I just got out of flipping school. But
yeah, look at you. So compared to your car, how does it feel?
Oh my God, how can you even say that? Don't insult Porsche, man. Yeah, you're crazy, man.
Yes.
This is like, you know what, yes, you don't, on a channel like this, you don't compare Golf 7.5R to a flipping Porsche, but now, and a GT3.
Yeah,
now you're comparing, you know, what do they call it, the saying goes?
Apples and oranges, or
Wow guys, that was amazing. It was awesome. It was the drive of my life. I am so excited to share this car with you guys today, especially the drive. So this has been the first time since we've done this build, and for those of you who don't know about this build, this car basically was taken down to bare shell. We've removed motor, drivetrain, suspension, wiring, electronics, everything was completely stripped off this car. This is the first time I'm taking it on the drive, and I can tell you guys, it's been phenomenal, it's been exciting, and just being here right now to share this with you guys is a dream come true. This car here, basically, when you're looking at it right now, we took it on the road and we said, okay, fine, let's see how it performs, let's see what we actually put into this car itself. Everything was performance upgraded, including exhaust system and a whole lot of extras and additionals that we're going to speak to you guys about right now. The car drives like you cannot believe. So calibrations and everything is still on point. So never let people make you feel small in life. That's my greatest thing that I can actually tell the viewers and for guys that want to grow into anything in life, is that always believe in yourself. If you know you can do it, then you're going to do it.
Yeah, never doubt yourself.
Yeah.
Don't allow people to let you doubt yourself.
Yeah, that's one thing I've learned, especially in the industry that I'm in right now. And you know, you've come in as a professional and you've helped me with so many problems in terms of solving, in terms of engines and engine builds. And I mean, we're doing so amazing work now with a 325i engine, which we know now is come one of our cutting edge technologies in terms of getting these cars to a certain level where they drive so nice. And we know our clients walking here smiling and saying, you know, this car is so amazing, it feels like a new generation car to actually drive. So for the time when we bought the car to now how we drive the car right now, it's amazing and it's actually upgrades. So yeah, in terms of that, you know, I think Jaco, we've ironed out a lot of problems in terms of where we were going and what we were doing. And with this car itself, when we started stripping this car to that level of stripping it, we came to realize that it's just an ordinary car.
It's just a car, buddy.
It's just a kind of.
So you know, people get scared when they want to work, when they say no, let's work on a Porsche, or let's work on a Ferrari, or let's work on a Jaguar.
Yeah.
It's still just a car.
Yeah.
You know, don't feel intimidated when you get these cars. Don't be arrogant.
Yeah.
You know, you need to know what you're doing.
Of course, yeah.
Don't be an arrogant guy thinking you're going to do something if you don't know exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
But if you've got the experience and you want to do it, do it.
I agree with that 100%. And it's not just experience behind it, it's also having the right equipment and the right people. And at that point, we were fully equipped. You know, when I say fully equipped, we know, and you know, you've been working with me, there's not a thing that we don't put onto a budget. If we can't do it, we will get a professional to help us do it. But we'll always get to the best level of making it. And you know, our one thing at Glossworx, the one motto, and the one that we hold the highest here is not just passion, it's obsession.
Yes.
And being obsessed with what we need to do, we will go to whatever length it takes to create a masterpiece, and nothing will stop us.
Everybody said and told you, listen, don't do this.
Yeah.
But you being Mo, decided we're going to do it.
We're going to do it, yeah. So I had Joe with me at that point, and I was, for me, he was one of the people that I worked on that I trusted with everything, because I knew if someone could pull a miracle out, was this guy. And between the two of us, we sat day and night. And when I say nights, we were leaving here at about 2:30 in the morning, 3 in the morning at some nights, and the whole team was so involved in trying to make this a masterpiece that everybody was dedicated to this project, and Joe put everything into making it. So if you look at those fenders, Jaco, and the way we started cutting those fenders, being carbon fiber, and adding onto those fenders and molding them again onto the body itself, and getting everything we needed to get in order to get that being a masterpiece once again. Joe done all of that work effortlessly every single day. I said, Joe, do you think we are about over in here? Do you think we're going to actually get this car? Because you know me at the end, when it comes to quality, we're not going to compromise. Do you think we just stop it here, we abandon these fenders, we throw this bonnet away, and we get a proper kit and put it in? And he said, boss, we put in all the hard work. We've done everything. Let's do this. We said we're going to do it. We made up our minds. And you know, I'm usually the motivating factor. And at that point, he motivated me in order to have this car getting to the look we wanted to actually get it. And Jaco, we actually started winning. And when we started seeing the improvements, we already knew we were almost 90% there. And finally, when the thing came together and we started doing the primer over it, we realized that with all the cutting, trimming, pushing, pulling, we actually got there. We then had the one final piece to fit, and that was the bonnet. And now we fit this bonnet on, and you see this bow, and the contours don't even match, and now you have this massive gap in the front, which you can't close. And the two of us put our minds to it, and we took a heat gun and we heated the bonnet. We got the UV lights on the top of it, and we kind of baked it in the boot in order for the whole carbon fiber just to fall flat. Once we had that shape right, now we needed to get the gapping right, so we had to adjust onto the final adjusters to actually bring the bonnet forward. And we actually made it fit 100%, and no one could believe this. Guys, this car is a something else. I must tell you, Rob P.D. Spence. He's laughing behind the camera there, but he was like, Mo! No, for real, this is something else, guys. So we've done our first test on this car after we've built it now, and we say it's definitely approved. What do you think, Jaco? Approved to go on the road?
Man. You know, I drove the R now, and it's difficult.
You found it hard to keep up. Rob in the car wanted to compare a Golf 7.5R to a Porsche.
You cannot do that. It's two different leagues, bro. It's like comparing an old Mini with a E30. So there's no comparison.
No, you can't. So guys, there you have it. I mean, we've taken this car for an amazing drive, and I don't think we got beyond 4th and 5th gear. No. I think the most we went to is about 4th.
4th, and then we tap off.
And we tap off.
Yes.
And I mean, we're just trying it on some quiet roads just to see what this car might do, and it's quite scary, I must say. It's very scary. Ask Rob, he'll tell you all about how scared he is about the car right now. But phenomenal drive, and I want to tell you that I think that we've done an amazing job, Glossworx and the mechanical team and everyone that helped put this project together. I think this car is phenomenal. I think it drives amazing, and that exhaust system is the cherry on the top.
No, I definitely agree with that. Yes, that exhaust just sounds utterly amazing.
Did you see that guy when I accelerated? What happened to him? He jumped.
Well, he bounced. Yeah, I saw he just got a bounce when he sat there.
I think that's actually a hazard to people. That guy like jumped out of his skin. He was like, you know what happened here? Yeah, when you see the responses on the people's faces, it makes you think, you know, guys, sorry. I mean, we're really having fun here, and we wanted to share this experience with you. But I feel like I just got out of high school right now, you know?
It's adrenaline, heart pumping, heart beating, you know,
like
got the cold sweat.
So yeah, it's been amazing. Thank you, Llewellyn. It was amazing driving this car. I promise you I won't drive it like that anymore.